Cause I just know how certain motherfuckers is. Some motherfuckers is just who they is. That's why I always say the same, bro. Like Dave E said it best, and after that, I kind of really understood what he said. He said some niggas need to get shot. That shit is real. Because some just don't. Have you ever had somebody? Yo, what it do? It's your boy Chill, man. Look, I had stumbled across this deadly beef inside a small Swedish town, and I said I gotta watch it. My day was over with when it came to recording videos. I gotta do edit, I gotta do metadata, I gotta wash some clothes, I gotta go to sleep because I gotta work a little later on. But I seen this, I said, oh, bro, I gotta look at this. The reason why I said I had to look at it is because I've heard that Sweden is one of the most safest countries for you to live in. And when I seen they got a gang war going on, bro, I had to check it out. It just don't make sense to me, bro. Like, everybody want to relocate there to be safe, and look, they with the bullshit too. It goes to show, it don't matter where you go, treat people how you want to be treated, and treat them nice, and don't be on no bullshit, cause it's a sniper everywhere. Don't matter where you could be in the most docile country ever, this nigga gonna get you gone. He gonna pack you up. But let's go. Without further ado, if you like the content, like it, comment. And if you're a returning viewer, subscribe. Go on.
Such attacks to 5 in the past week, 7 since the start of the year.
So when we think of gang warfare, we mainly think of America, England, or maybe some third world country, but not Sweden. In this video, we will be going through a deadly war in the capital city of Sweden called Stockholm, which, despite Sweden being a country of only 10 million, made Sweden have the highest gun deaths in the whole of Europe in 2018. Let's get into it. Okay, so like I said before, we are going inside the capital city of Sweden called Stockholm. More specifically, a small town inside Stockholm called Rinkeby, home of 2 of the most ruthless gangs in the country. Now, Sweden for quite a few decades now has had quite an open and relaxed policy towards asylum-seeking refugees. The country was quite notorious for letting residents of war-torn countries like Syria and Somalia claim asylum inside their country. And when refugees would come in, there were a few towns normally they will be sent to. One of these towns being Rinkeby. In fact, Sweden actually has the highest asylum immigration per capita in the whole of Europe. But despite Swedish open door policies, a lot of the Swedish people wasn't as accepting to the new arrivals, and far-right protests didn't make integration the easiest. Now, Rinkeby is home to a massive Somali population who were escaping violent conflicts in their home country. But a lot of Somali people who moved to Rinkeby were struggling, and high unemployment rates and hard living was a common theme with the Somali immigrants who just moved in. So the kids of these immigrants had to get it in another way, with the other way mainly being drug dealing and robberies. But on the 22nd of July 2015, a robbery gone wrong led to one of the worst bouts of violence Europe has ever seen. 4 Somali boys from Rinkeby planned and executed a robbery on a currency exchange in a city called Tabi. They ran off with around $200,000, and the robbery was talk of the town. But not everybody was happy about this. The robbers who executed this left out a couple younger members from the robbery, despite the younger members being part of the planning for it. The reason why the younger members were missed out was due to a previous robbery where one of them let off an unnecessary shot, so they were seen as a liability. The same day, the youngest started demanding money from the robbery, but they were getting shut down. The person who was thought to be behind the robbery was a 19-year-old called Izzy. Hours after the robbery, he was shot dead, starting the feud. The next day, the whole town is shaken by the brutal murder, and Izzy's friends were not happy. So Izzy's friends arranged to meet with some of the younger members who was meant to be involved in the robbery at a petrol station, with the younger members thinking that they might be getting their cut from the robbery when they arrived. Instead, when they pulled up, 16 shots were let off onto the younger members.
Keep it
Rightfully
quilted
so.
means you keep it the best. 3 layers of plush
Rightfully so. Rightfully so. I would have cleaned them niggas up too. Like, bro, come on, bro. I wouldn't have did it like that. It would have been a lot different how that shit would have went down. But, like, yeah, rightfully so. I would have got them folks up out of there. Because, bro, you got to think. They killed somebody that was already kind of like behind the whole mastermind, right? They popped him because he was like, damn, you left us out. You ain't gonna give us no cheese, bro. Damn, bro. You know, feel me? We was part of the planet too, but y'all left us out. And they popped him. Bruh, what you think they gonna do for the rest of y'all? Cause y'all not finna get no bread. And they really out for blood at this point. So, bruh, yeah, you definitely gotta get rid of all of them. They loose ends. They could tell on you or anything. Or it's just gonna be your whole situation finna split right down the middle. It's gonna be a completely another faction after this. So you gotta get rid of all of them. And the thing about it is, it's bad for business. Because just popping somebody right now, y'all, first of all, y'all already done did some fucked up shit. Y'all done did something y'all had no business doing. And then y'all get away with it. And then right after that, a body drop. Then, not even too much longer after that, several other bodies drop. It's too bad for business, bro. Y'all really, bro, to be real, them young niggas really kind of messed up y'all whole show right there, because they did some impulsive stuff by dropping their body. You feel me? They could have been more methodical about that, but they started a chain reaction. I guarantee it. Watch.
One 16-year-old and injuring the other, creating a big divide in the town between the younger and older Somali group of friends, with only 2 to 3 years separating them, with the older group who supported Izzy later calling themselves Shottaz, and the younger group calling themselves DP or Death Patrol. Now Rinkeby is a small town, real small, with less than 20,000 people living there, and a lot of the Somali community already knew what was about to happen, with some of the kids even relocating quite fast after these 2 days of carnage. But for a while, it wasn't looking like a big issue inside the town, with only little spouts of arguments and fistfights, but no one was getting killed at this point. In Somali culture, there's something called blood money, where the families of the deceased get together with the families of the murderers, and discuss to pay a price for the murder. The 2 families of the murdered got together, but couldn't agree on the blood money ritual, but they did plan to have both of the murdered to be buried next to each other, to show some unity between the two. But this piece was cut short on the 2nd of December 2016. A member of the Shottaz gang called Indiana was visited by his brother who was living abroad in university. Indiana and his brother were spending some time together before his brother had to go back to uni, so visited a local cafe to get some food. Out of nowhere, 2 masked gunmen from the Death Patrol ran into the cafe and started letting off shots. The 2 brothers tried to escape, but got trapped inside the washing room and both were shot to death, despite the brother not even having...
Told y'all my last video, bro. You just get associated with the dumb shit by just being around the nigga. You just don't know what a nigga doing in his free time, and you get caught slipping, bro. You down there chilling with your family, bro. You went home for the weekend, kicking it with your brother, trying to get some coffee. You want to see your mama and your daddy and your other siblings, and you out not knowing your brother did some bullshit and got popped. Both of y'all. Stupid, bruh. That's what I be saying. You young niggas be playing a dangerous game, bro. Like, they don't care about nobody but themselves, because you affect everybody. Now, I know this shit from the spiral out of control. So right now, we at 1, 2, 3. We at 4 bodies. Yeah, 4 bodies. And then some injuries.
Any affiliations, just being on a quick break from uni. This caused outrage and forced everyone from the small town of Rinkeby to pick one side, Shottaz or Death Patrol, and the beef starts to intensify. December 31st, the man is shot in his car that is linked to the Death Patrol gang. He's shot 4 times in his legs, but left with non-life-threatening injuries. Next day, another man from the Death Patrol side is shot. This time he dies, lying on a residential street with a shot to the head. At this point, police are fed up, and so are the Swedish nationals, and the far-right movement in the country starts to grow, with protests storming throughout the country, with Swedish nationals wanting immigration to stop inside their country. On the other side, the immigrant population of Rinkeby were also not happy. They believed they were being targeted by police and were starting to be unjustly dealt with. Early in 2017, an alleged violent drug-related arrest near a metro station left the residents of Rinkeby to have enough, and large riots started storming throughout the city, which led to looting, arson, and and even fights towards the police. 3 people were injured and 2 arrested. This came days after the former President Trump let off a speech towards a migrant crisis in Sweden, saying immigration is a big factor towards the violence which is taking over the country. And the country was starting to get split in half, with integration between Swedish nationals and migrants as bad as ever, with areas like Rinkeby even being called no-go zones from nationals and the press, and Islamophobia and racism on the way up. But this didn't slow.
That's how this shit start, bro. Now, to be fair, bro, you know, you got to understand that these places already have crime. They probably got crime for other little organizations, but you got to understand, bro, like when you are black or of African descent, you have to be mindful with the stuff that you do, especially when you in countries that's predominantly white. And you an immigrant, nigga. You got to remember, but these folks don't want you there in no ways, bro. So like, bro, I understand circumstances, but we in a time, bro, where like you got a cell phone, cuz. If not 1, 2, you got a computer in your hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, it's a well of knowledge out there. So if you want to go and do bullshit, bro, hey, fine by it. But you gotta remember, you don't only represent yourself. You represent a whole culture behind you. And you also got to understand that a lot of these people don't understand cultures. They don't understand, they just know you black or you African. They don't know exactly where you from or whatever. They don't really understand. So the shit you do represent everybody as a whole. So you think about it. You out here doing fuck shit and you just terrorizing shit, right? Trying to be cool or whatever it is you're trying to do. Bruh, we already as black people looked at on a major scale. I ain't got to say no more words. We already know how we looked at. They love us, but it's also another side to that. So when you look like us, you might not speak the language, and you going out here showing your ass and you doing shit, bruh, it's not just this country that's gonna feel this way. It's not. So you gotta understand that your actions, bruh, is major, bruh. Like the shit you do has an impact on other people, fam. Like the shit just not cool, nigga. But I get, you know, you just gotta be just methodical about the stuff you do. If you gotta do what you gotta do, of course you a man, stand on your one. But bruh, how you carry yourself mean a lot. Because we still, like, even though it's 2023, bro, we still fighting a big battle. And how you act, regardless, like, I mean, it shouldn't matter, but it's the world we live in, and these certain countries that you in, bro, you got to understand, bro, you deal with a lot, and other people got to deal with your consequences because of the decisions you make. They got to deal with this shit. Because them other people, they scared. They want shit how it used to be. And you changing shit. For real, bro. So you got to be mindful of your actions, bro.
Down the beef in the area, and it was the 8th of January when the Death Patrol gang struck again, this time in a pizza shop when Hamza Abdi, a member of the Shottaz gang, was shot twice in the head. The shooting was caught on surveillance and the police was desperate to find the killer, but it was seeming like this would be another unsolved case for the Swedish police, until 2 young boys were caught doing the robbery 2 months after the killing, one of these boys being a 16-year-old called Shaki. After they were caught by the police, they raided Shaki's house, where they found the same gun and clothes which were used in the murder of Hamza Abdi the month previous. They also matched Shaki's body type to the body type of the shooters. Now, Swedish sentences and prisons are very light compared to the rest of the world. Sweden has quite a different type of prison system to most countries, and they focus more on changing and helping the prisoners instead of punishing them. Like, the prison rooms look like uni accommodations, and it actually works with Sweden having the lowest reoffending rate in the whole of Europe. So even despite Shaki committing a murder, he was only sentenced to 3 years in the youth care unit. I'm not really sure how this really works, because it would only make sense that having such light sentences would make people not really care about committing crimes. But on the other hand, I guess if you focus more on helping and educating the criminals, who more time probably had a harsh background, they'll have new skills and a new outlook.
This could be a good point though, rehabilitation. I feel like, bro, you can't treat motherfuckers like dogs for sure. You know what I'm saying? Especially like Some people just don't know better. They just be hella influenced. And some people will let their circumstances make decisions for them. True. But I just don't understand how I just don't understand how, like, I take this back. I know this shit ain't gonna work for everybody. Cause I just know how certain motherfuckers is. Some motherfuckers is just who they is. That's why I always say the same, bro. Like Dave V said it best, and after that, I kind of really understood what he said. He said some niggas need to get shot. That shit is real. Because some just don't. Have you ever had somebody that, like, always just been a hater, always was on bullshit, no matter how you treated them, they was just always gonna re-offend you. No matter how much love you showed them, no matter what you did, they just was gonna do what they was gonna do. Some niggas is like that, in a worser form though.
To come out on, but with Shaki, this wasn't the case.
If you're antisocial like I am most of the time, but
he wanted to get out. So Shaki was on day release when he went out to a shopping mall accompanied by 2 guards. But also in the shopping mall was 2 of Shaki's friends waiting for him. Once they spotted Shaki, the 2 boys started threatening the guards and then escaped with Shaki. And they were on the run for months. A nationwide manhunt was out to find them. And many members from the Death Patrol gang got raided, but there was no luck. Until a basement outside Stockholm was raided. And 2 members of the Death Patrol and Shaki was all found and arrested, with Shaki being sent back to serve a sentence. Now, if you know your geography, you'll know that Sweden borders another country called Denmark. But unlike Sweden, Denmark hasn't really seen much gang violence. In fact, Denmark is rated the 3rd most peaceful country in the world. But on June the 25th, 2019, Denmark was subject to something that no one expected. So 3 members of the Shottaz gang arranged to meet a Norwegian musician to network and make some tracks together. So they took a 7-hour drive from Stockholm to the capital city of Denmark called Copenhagen to meet up with a musician. But what they didn't know was that the musician had actually led the 3 Shottaz members into a trap. Waiting for them in Denmark was 5 members of the Death Patrol gang who flew in there the night previous. When they arrived, the Death Patrol gang started firing into their car. The driver managed to get out and run behind a parking garage with a shot to his leg. But his 21-year-old brother-in-law and another member wasn't as lucky, both dying from the shooting. One of the Shottaz members even tried to get out the car and crawl out, but a member of the Death Patrol gang got out of his car, reloaded his AK-47 and let off another 14 shots point blank range. The killers then took a picture of the 2 lifeless bodies and posted it all over social media. 5 men were charged and sentenced for the murder, where there's
stupidest shit ever, bruh. You niggas dumb. Dumb. That's the shit I'm talking about, bruh. What would make you want to do some stupid shit like that, especially in one of the most, like, docile countries in the world? I don't know what they, like, investigative system like, they justice system like, but bruh, come on, bruh. Dumb shit. Bruh, niggas be want, bruh, clout is a dangerous drug, bruh. That shit crazy to me, bruh. I don't get it. Man, after this, bro, I ain't doing no more of this negative shit. I just had to, bruh asked for me to do one just to get a better understanding, so I did this one. But after this, I gotta get back to positive vibrations, bro. Can't do this shit no more. This shit's stupid. Young niggas, y'all need to do better, bro.
Serving life in a Norwegian prison. One man being 23-year-old Muhammad Ali. Recently it was decided that the killers would be deported back to Sweden to finish off their sentence. But news broke out that Muhammad is begging the court not to send him back to Sweden, saying that in a Swedish prison his life will be in danger. He even said he would rather be sent back to Somalia, which is where his parents are originally from, just showing how dangerous this war is. Now, while all this violence and back-to-back killings were happening, a rapper from the Shottaz gang started to emerge. A kid called Yasin the Don, and he really blew up with one of his hit singles called Chicago. At the same time, there was another Swedish rapper running up on the scene, a kid called Einar from the other side of Stockholm, who was blowing up on the Swedish charts, getting the most streams on Spotify in Sweden in 2019. But around the same time, Einar was still knees deep in the streets, being affiliated with a gang called the Varby Network. Now, Yasin and Einar actually used to be cool, until Einar got into an argument with an affiliate of Yasin's gang, another big rapper in the city lady called Havel. After the argument, Yasin, Havel and Aina would make slight disses towards each other, until Havel invited Aina to an apartment to squash the beef. When Aina pulled up to the apartment, Havel and others kidnapped him, tying him up and holding him hostage in an apartment. During the kidnap, Havel stole his watch, his chains, and held him for a £100,000 ransom. The gang even forced Aina to wear female underwear, and took numerous pictures of him in embarrassing positions. Havel and his gang threatened that if Aina didn't pay the ransom money, that they would release the pictures. But Aina refused to pay, so the pictures were posted all over social media. At the same time, Swedish police were starting to crack down heavy on Stockholm gangs. And once the pictures got released, they wanted to make examples out of Yasin and Havel. Same time, Swedish police were working with other countries on a crackdown of an encrypted network called EncroChat, which was a network where normally criminals would discuss illegal activities on an untraceable server, until the server was hacked by international authorities in 2020. During this hack, Swedish authorities managed to track messages sent by Yasin on the plot to kidnap the rival rapper Aina. Yasin originally plotted to lure Aina to a recording studio where they would have captured him, but Havel beat him to it. Both Yasin and Havel were both arrested for the kidnapping, with Yasin sentenced to 10 months and Havel sentenced to 2 years. But the court wasn't happy and wanted longer sentences. But to do this, they needed Aina to testify against them at court. Several months later, Havel's little brother is shot and killed, and Aina was the #1 suspect for this, but they had no evidence against him. But regardless of this, the court was still persistent on getting Yasin and Havel's sentence increased, but Aina was still refusing to testify. So the police set up a false pickup from Aina's apartment, so you'd have no choice but to go to court. That same night that decision was made, Aina was shot dead with 1 bullet to the head and 2 to the stomach. No one knows the exact motive for the killing, but generally people think that it's because Aina was about to testify on the kidnapping. The shooters released videos on Snapchat just before the murder, with masks and the same Glock that was used for the murder. After the shooting, the killers released another video playing one of Aina's songs in the background, with the caption 1-0.
That nigga sliding the moped, bro.
Still, no one's been charged for the rapper's death. Yasin has since been released from prison for the kidnapping, but the feds still have him under investigation and could possibly re-arrest him for more serious charges to do with the kidnapping. He's also still a potential suspect for a murder on one of his own gang members that took place on New Year's Eve 2019. A 20-year-old Shottaz member called Vincent was shot dead in the back of a car in the early hours on New Year's Eve. In the car was 4 other Shottaz members, including Yasin. In the hours before, Snapchat footage shows Yasin and Vincent eating at a restaurant just moments before the murder. There was even footage of other members in the car giving Vincent a present. Police believe this was all recorded to try and cover up the Shottaz members' motives for the killing. Straight after the murder, Yasin booked the first morning flight to London, but was arrested shortly after. Evidence shows that the shot was fired inside the car, and once they detained Yasin, they also found gunpowder particles on his clothes. Police say a possible motive for the murder was that Vincent had been getting closer with another gang in the area, but for now, Yasin and other members have all been released due to lack of evidence. Anyway guys, I hope this gives everyone a bit of insight into what is going on in Sweden. I'll probably start doing more videos covering different countries, so drop in the comments what you want me to cover next. It's been your boy Kid Nerd, and peace out.
This shit crazy. Stupid shit, bro. Stupid shit. All over some just miscommunication. They killed. You know, niggas was too eager though. They was gonna do this shit anyways. Niggas be needing help, bro. This shit it's just not normal, cuz this shit ain't normal, bro. Like, I don't know what y'all niggas got going on, but this shit ain't normal, bro. Niggas need to wake up, bro. Like, get right with their spirit, cause this shit ain't straight. But man, it's your boy Chip the Hustler, man. If you like the content, drop a like, drop a content, and if you're a returning viewer or it's your first time viewing, think about subscribing. Especially now being here a few times and you ain't subscribed yet. What you waiting on? Gone.